You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. By going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com, you can make this possible.
Folks, today in Cincinnati, a former judge was sentenced to jail because of a mishandling a confidential document. Now, first of all, she was convicted in 2014, but yet over the last 5 years, Judge Tracie Hunter has been fighting this conviction. Well, today, a judge decided that it was time for her to go to jail. It all came to an end this morning when the judge said this.
County Justice Center, credit one day. Mr. or Ms. Deputy can take her away.
Joining us right now is Jennifer Branch, Civil Rights Attorney and Co-counsel for Tracie Hunter. Jennifer, thanks for joining us at Roland Martin Unfiltered.
Thank you, Roland. I'm glad to be on to talk about what happened to Tracie today.
So folks have been sending me information, and I've been reading stories, and this has been going on for 5 years. Now, what is this confidential document she was accused of mishandling, and how does that result in a jail sentence?
Yeah, there is no document. They never introduced a single document into evidence, and it is a miscarriage of justice. She did not commit any crime, and the crime that they accused her of committing was handing a document to her brother who was being fired. That didn't happen. She didn't commit a crime, and she has been appealing this for 5 years. She did nothing at all, and she got thrown in jail today for 6 months. It's an outrage.
So let's take folks back. When she won, it was a very controversial race that she won, and there were those who were angry that she actually prevailed in that election, correct?
Yeah, you can say everybody was angry. In 2010, she ran in a Democratic primary for Hamilton County Juvenile Court judge. The Democrats did not endorse her. They opposed her. She won the primary. She ran in the general election. She ran against the Republican judge. And in that race, there were several hundred votes that never got counted. And she called me 10 days after the election in November of 2010, and I've been representing her ever since. We were able to go to court. It took 1.5 years, but eventually the federal court said, count those votes. And when they were counted, it turned out that she had won by 74 votes. It's a reminder that every vote counts, and you got to count them all. She got on the bench in May of 2012 and changed things in Hamilton County Juvenile Court. She wouldn't let children be shackled in her courtroom. She used her discretion to say that juveniles should not be charged as adults, and she made changes in evening the playing field for children so that they would get evidence before trial, what we call discovery. She made a lot of changes, and she made a lot of people mad, and I think that's why she ended up in jail today.
And so she fought this thing for 5 years. First of all, how has this impacted her life, her career? With also going to jail, how's this impacted her life moving forward?
Well, when she was convicted in October of 2014, at that point, the Supreme Court of Ohio took away her law license. She's not been able to be a lawyer. She's not been able to make a living since before she was indicted. And she has not been able to have any peace the last 5 years because since her conviction, We were able to go to the appeals court, we lost. We went to the Supreme Court, we lost. We went to federal court. And at that point, we won. And we had a habeas case pending. And every day that case was pending for the last 3 years, she woke up every morning not knowing if today was the day there'd be a decision. And today was the day she'd lose and have to go to jail. It's been devastating to live a life like that, especially when you didn't commit a crime.
All right, then. Well, first of all, certainly extend our best. The people there who are upset, they're talking about issuing protests across Cincinnati. We certainly will be following to see what happens next, Jennifer. We should appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for your interest.
All right, folks, back to that Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
Hey, guys, you heard me talk a lot about marijuanastock.org because I want to keep you informed of investment opportunities that make sense. We've all watched the growth of the cannabis industry. A recent report by New Frontier Data estimates the global cannabis market at over $340 billion. We know that marijuana legalization is sweeping the country state by state. We also know that marijuana has a good cousin, the hemp plant, with a much higher concentration of CBD. That means hemp gives you all the medical benefits of marijuana without getting you high. Until recently, hemp farming was practically illegal in the United States and heavily regulated by the DEA. The 2018 Farm Bill changed all of that, making it legal to grow hemp CBD in the U.S. and creating one of the largest commodities worldwide. And they need land to grow all of the plants. Folks, this is not rocket science. It's just an incredible investment opportunity, and that's where our good friends at 420 Real Estate come in. Their business model is simple. They buy land that supports hemp CBD grow operations and lease it to licensed, high-paying tenants. That's right, they are hemp CBD landlords, and you can get in on the action. Our friends at 420 Real Estate decided to do something special for the Roland Martin Unfiltered family. Originally, the minimum investment level was $500, but right now you can invest in this crowdfunding campaign for as little as $200. That's right, anywhere from $200 up to $10,000. Again, folks, this is a $340 billion industry that is still growing, and you can participate with as little as $200. For more information and to invest, go to marijuanastock.org. That's marijuanastock.org. Be sure to get in the game and do it now.
Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.